My name is Gina O'Reilly. I'm the COO at Nitro. We're a document productivity company, so we're in the business of making it easier and better for companies and their users when it comes to working with digital documents. When it comes to gender diversity, Nitro is a startup. We have about 180 employees worldwide. We're Australian founded, but now headquartered in San Francisco. We also have offices in Europe, in Dublin, in Slovakia, and in St. Petersburg. Out of our 180 employees, about a third are women. And so we're at the higher percentage when it comes to the norm, although we would like to see that be a lot higher. And I think, we ultimately are just really passionate about having men and women work together. I'm a big champion of what I call complementary collaboration, and I've seen firsthand that actually bringing men and women together to solve business problems ultimately results in better decision making, better products, and ultimately more success for your company when it comes to the bottom line. So it's not just a nice to have, it's not something we do to feel good about ourselves. It's genuinely something that we are committed to in terms of really driving business success. Yeah, we discussed this a little bit on the panel. I grew up in Ireland. I was very fortunate to have some great role models in my own mother and my grandmother. And it was never really an issue for me growing up. It wasn't something that I thought about. And it was really just moving to the US. I've been here about 14 years. I've always worked in technology, although I don't have a technical background. And I was kind of shocked at some of the bias that I had never really thought about before. And I told a story about being at a trade show of many years ago, Microsoft Tech Ed back in the day. Our target audience was software developers. And I was standing at our trade show booth, and I ran sales and marketing for the company at the time. And a developer, a male, approached me and asked me if he could speak to somebody who actually worked at the company. So I obviously was just a trade show stand-in. So I laughed. He was mortified, but I realized at that point that there actually is a bit of an issue here, and I think we all need to recognize it, not get hung up on it. I think my big thing is figuring out what we can do together, both sides, male and female, to drive this forward. So on a personal level, I feel like a lot of businesses and perhaps male leaders haven't had the experience with working with female leaders or having more females in their organization, where they really realize that it's about the business results. And I keep kind of coming back to that, and there's countless studies and research and data to back this up, but I've seen it myself. And I think women really should double down on our innate strengths, not try to hide them or try to be more like a man. That's I think that's part of the problem, where I think we're natural born leaders. We have a matriarch mentality, and embrace it. And I think if men and women embrace the same thing, it's really, really powerful. So I think being a leader in an organization, I feel responsible for driving that. And if I can inspire or help even just one other woman to take a risk, or to ask or to step up, then I'm happy. Well, look, ultimately, we're a business. One of our core values is high performance. And so at the end of the day, it's all about our business results. And we know that a diverse workforce really helps to drive those. So not just women, but having a very diverse culture at Nitro. We're fortunate to be very multicultural and multinational. And so I think that the one measure is really on the performance of your business. I think the second is looking at the numbers and looking at like overall we have a healthy kind of contribution from women, it's not as much as we would like in certain areas. So in our product and engineering, for example, we really want to have more females involved in the design and development of our products, because we know they will be better. Not because it's a nice to have, but you know, women drive more than 85% of purchase decisions. We currently control about $20 trillion in spend, in consumer spend globally, $5 trillion of that here in the US, and they expect that to grow to $28-30 trillion globally in the next 5 years. So as a business, we really want to have more females at all levels and in all functions to ensure that we are, we're at really the forefront of what we're trying to do. So I think success, it definitely comes down to business results and the number of women we have involved. And then I think the other measure of success is really seeing growth of the women in our company, and ensuring that every person, male and female, but particularly females, that they have the runway to be successful, that they can see their career path at Nitro, and they can see a place for them at any level. You know, the sky is the limit, and I think as COO, I really try and lead by example in that regard.